a tale of love unraveled.
Hello, and welcome to the Tales, the podcast where we explore and analyze classic and contemporary short stories from around the world. And today, I am your host, and we have a captivating story for you. It is called The Smokey by Paz Latorena. Paz Latorena is a Filipino actor who was one of the first generation of Filipino English writers. Her story was first published in 1927 and won the third prize in Jose Garcia Villa's Robe of Honor for the best stories of that year. Anyway, the story begins with Soledad, a young, beautiful woman waking up one morning in her farmhouse. She looks out of the window and sees the green fields, the blue skies. She hears the birds singing, the roosters crowing, and she smells the fresh air and the flowers. She feels the warmth of the sun, the breeze of the air, and she has everything she could ever want: a loving husband, a prosperous farm, and a comfortable home. But before that, I have a question for our guest of the day. Say, Miss Vanessa, what do you expect in the story? Will it have a good ending, a bad ending, or what do you think will even be the conflict to such a perfect life?
Soledad is a rich girl and wants to experience things she has never experienced. She's as going out of the house, so she will just enjoy the air by making a peep out of the window, I guess.
Being someone's first love may be great, but being their last love is beyond perfect. That's what I learned in my story. My name is Soledad. You can also call me Kuling. I have a husband named Pedro. Our relationship is normal. We are living in a small hut, but we are happy with each other. I'm not his first wife. He has an ex-wife who died before. It's not an issue to me, as I know he loves me and he treats me well. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better husband. One day, I noticed that he had a string on his neck that hung two keys. I know that the big key is for his trunk, but I don't know about the small one. So I asked him about this. What is that small key for?
Oh, this this is not a just an old kid that I don't use anymore.
Hmm? Then why do you keep it?
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Hmm.
At this part, Soledad, although loves her husband, started to doubt him. She was bothered that she might not know everything about him and that he is hiding something from her, something very important, something more important than their relationship. Say, what can you say about this? About Soledad's feeling, Mr. Carl? Do you think Pedro's secret is something that could possibly hurt their relationship, their marriage?
I think that there's a part of what Pedro did could possibly destroy their relationship. So he hid it from Soledad, but based on the story, Pedro loved Soledad very much, so he had no bad intentions why he hid his late wife's clothes. For me, there is only one reason why he did this. Perhaps Pedro only did it out of respect for his late wife. According to the story, Soledad was deeply impacted by her fear that Pedro might be keeping something from her. When she borrowed the key, she discovered the old garments of Pedro's late wife that Pedro had concealed, and Soledad experienced intense jealousy and distrust at what she saw.
Honestly, at that time, I was suspicious of him. The thought that he was hiding something from me was eating me. But soon, the guilt for doubting him soon hits me. I know that my husband loves me and he has nothing to hide. Until that day. It was a warm and sunny morning. I entered our dining room where I saw my husband eating and looked like in a hurry. Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you seen the shirts I ironed yesterday?
Oh, I put them in my trunk, I think.
Some of them need turning. Do you need more rice?
No, I'm in a hurry. We need to finish plowing this outfield today. Oh, this is the key to my trunk.
I saw him pulling the red string that held the big and small keys. He untied the knot and only gave me the big key and hid the small one in his pocket. I remember his expression as he put his small key in his pocket. He is smiling as if he remembers something good. I have nothing to say at that time, but think of what reasons he hid the small key. Is he hiding something from me? I guess Pedro notices that he asked me.
You look pale. What happened? What have we been doing this morning?
Nothing, but the heat gives me a headache.
Then you should lie down and rest and try to sleep while I'm gone.
For a moment, we looked deeply into each other's eyes. My heart loosened at that time. He prepares to leave. He removed his coat because it was too hot and handed it to me.
I shall pass by Tia Maria's house and tell her to come, and I may not return before dark.
He leaves, and as I fold his coat, something metallic falls. It is the small key. It was rusty and old. I went to our small bedroom and I opened the window. I started folding the newly washed garments, but my thoughts were distracted by something else. As my eyes wandered around the room, I saw a small old trunk. I finished folding the clothes and opened the small trunk. There, I found his old wife's things. It shattered me. It honestly scares me that this might be something that may ruin our marriage, our relationship, us. I remember his expression as he put his small key in his pocket. I asked myself, does he still love his first wife? Does he love me? Why? What is wrong with me? She's dead anyhow. She's dead.
So she finally discovered what the small key was for. It opens an old trunk that contains Pedro's late wife's clothes. This triggered a surge of insecurity, sadness, and pain in her chest. Soledad tried as much as she could to seal away her heart and forget what she saw, since Pedro's first wife was already dead anyway, but she just couldn't let it go. If you were in her shoes, what would you do, Mr. Piolo? Would you ask Pedro about it, perhaps? Or have you ever been in a situation where you doubted your partner? If so, what did you do to confirm or clear the doubt?
If I were in her situation, I would ask him why he's still hiding the clothes of his deceased wife. Why did he keep a secret? Of course, as a wife, I will still be jealous even if the person is dead. He married me, but he is also imprisoned in his past. I've never been in that situation because I've never had a girlfriend.
My words were the only ones that calmed me down at that time. I tried to tread the mirror once more, but tears started falling that it started blinding me. My God, please help me forget Pedro's face as he put the small key back in his pocket. I tried to calm myself down as I wandered around the house for at least 30 minutes. At this point, I'm wondering why Tia Maria is still not here. Maybe if I have someone like her that I can talk to, I will feel better. Times passed and I cannot control my impulses. I just found myself opening the trunk. I inserted the small key and I took all the things inside and went outside. I decided to burn it. the things that my husband kept. But can you blame me? Is it normal to get the things that your ex-wife has? It felt like a thorn in my throat was removed. I felt relieved at that time. After that, I started not feeling well and I decided to sleep. I wake up by the touch of my husband as he put his hand on my forehead.
I shall go to town, bring Dr. Santos.
I opened my eyes and said, "No, I shall be alright tomorrow." I was worried about him as it was night and very dark, and I rested for the rest of the night. Until now, I don't know if my husband knew that I burned his ex-wife's possession. But I know that he loves me, and it will be that way for the rest of my life.
A tale of love unraveled.
So, Soledad ended up burning all of her husband's late wife's things out of her emotions. Whether or not this action is right, it tells us we should never hide anything from the people that we love. But we should also understand that sometimes those people put things in secrecy for a reason. We will never know what exactly made Pedro hide those clothes. However, it clearly challenged Soledad's trust in her husband, and she let her feelings overcome her, instead of just talking with him first. In the end of the day, we should understand that all the people we love, that we all have our reasons, and things will be easily fixed by talking through it first. This is Literary Tales, and we thank you for listening and staying with us until the end. Have a nice day.